Hello, everyone. My name is Karabo. I am the co-founder of Africa's Blockchain Club, founder of Universal Protocol, co-founder of Connect X, and still building more projects. By profession, I'm a physicist. I did physics first at WITS. I went through to go to MIT to do astrophysics there. I finished my master's in Switzerland, Geneva, doing particle physics. I can go through my intro for a couple of minutes, but I would like to focus more on blockchain today. Um, and also the journey that I've went through in blockchain and how it came about that I started Africa's Blockchain Club, and also share resources that you guys can use to start learning about blockchain. So my journey in blockchain is when I was still at MIT, I met one of the big guys in Ethereum. By that time, he was building Cardano, who works with Ashika, Anushka, Charles Hickinson. So he's the person that introduced me to blockchain. So from there, I started to invest in blockchain. So around 2020, during COVID, I had time to pay much more attention to blockchain. And then I started to work as a moderator. So basically, what I'll do is just be on Discord and check people to see if they have questions and try to answer them based on the project I was working for. And then that way, I managed to make my way up. So they didn't know any of my qualifications, they just saw my work ethic. So from that point onwards, so in blockchain, as you guys know, there's a lot of scammers. So I once got scammed. I once got scammed, so I got really angry, and then I started to sort of like build blockchain applications. That's how I started to teach myself how to do software development and software engineering. And then from that point onwards, I've worked with people from the Ethereum Foundation, Solana. Also, I've worked with people from AVEX. So I've worked with a couple of projects in the blockchain space. And then when I was doing my project, which is Universal Protocol, I was still waiting for investors to invest in my project. And I realized that there's a lot of people who don't understand blockchain in South Africa or in Africa as a whole. Then I decided to start Africa's Blockchain Club, where I would be able to help communities and students as a whole to learn blockchain software and development. That's how Africa's Blockchain came about. Challenges, it was because of learning material. There were not a lot of learning material, so I had to learn stuff on my own. YouTube videos were short and they were not descriptive enough. And also in terms of like getting investors, it was very hard because investors, they don't want to take money for African projects. So that was very challenging, but yeah, I'm getting through it, and now a lot of investors are coming on board also actually.
No, thank you, Karabo. My question has to do with the fact that in Africa, we are basically technology consumers. These technologies are developed in the global north, right? And we basically consume it, right? So I want to know, in terms of the African Blockchain Club, what is your long-term vision, right, in terms of generating technology that is geared towards the African perspective, right? So now there's a reason I believe that most of the advances for in blockchain have been tied to crypto and payments, right? And that's what you're talking about, is payments essentially,
Yes.
right? I personally feel now that there's a host of opportunities in digital identities, right? There's also real world asset tokenization. But how do we ensure now that Africa protects its interests, right? So that we're not left to, when they've done real world asset tokenization, and then we are drained of our mineral asset in a digital form,
Yes.
So what are you thinking about in that regard? So it's a sort of philosophical question, but I just wanted to hear your thoughts. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for that question. Yes, that's exactly why we started Africa's Blockchain Club. Because I saw that we were recently getting a lot of projects that were trying to build in Africa, but also trying to employ people from outside Africa to come and do those solutions, right? But how are they going to know exactly what problems we have here if they're not here? Right. So what I decided to do with Africa's Blockchain Club is to say, on a normal day-to-day basis, we look at the problems that we have and we try to solve them, either using blockchain and AI currently. So that's what we're trying to do with Africa's Blockchain Club. So we're saying to ourselves, hey guys, what problems do we have? And can we solve this right now to make sure that we can apply it in sort of like the normal world, right? Other than just trying to build and just learn, right? So that's what we're trying to do with Africa's Blockchain Club. So I started Africa's Blockchain Club with a company from USA and also Asia called Scroll. So when we spoke with them, I told them that, hey guys, we'd prefer for you guys to support the projects that we built from ABC to sort of like get funded through you guys, because when we're doing our teachings, we don't just want to teach people so that they just learn the skills and then they try to go and find work. But how about if they learn the skills and then they can sort of like develop their own project and get funding so that they themselves, they are able to solve those problems, right? So that solves that problem of sort of like us sort of like consuming technology, right? At this point, we are able to use that technology to solve the problems that we have. And currently in South Africa, we have a lot of problems that actually require blockchain. That's why blockchain in Africa, it's mostly of like usage other than just consuming.
Good.
Good day,